Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Inside the Curious Minds podcast. Shout out to new subscribers. Manze tunashukuru sana. Support yenu ni ya maana sana. Keep on commenting, sharing. Na manze, nimekumbuka. Big up sana Philip Kipto na Joshua Obinju. Manze, we are very grateful. Keep on commenting, sharing. Manze, we are growing. We are also encouraging our recurrent subscribers, Maze. We are very grateful. Mungu bless sana. And today we are going to talk about an amazing topic. But before then, we have our social media handles: Facebook, Inside the Curious Minds podcast; Instagram, Inside the Curious Minds. Kila mahali tuko mpaka M-Pesa. Na bila kukosea, sura mbaya kichwa kubwa, roho safi ndio jina langu. And today with me in the studio, I've got amazing guests and we are going to talk about a very serious topic. Stay tuned. Leo patachimbika. Yani Anita ako area. Anita say
hi. It's not like sikuangi. Hi people.
Anita, it's okay. We'll see. Kama umesema unakwanga. Hapo katikati wazee tuko na a very special guest. A doctor by profession. Say hi, Daktari.
Hi.
Oh, brief.
Very brief. Doctors don't talk much. Maybe he'll tell you the name. Daktari, wakumbushe jina tena.
Well, I'm Dr. Wendo, a consultant doctor at Harlow Medical Center, working in partnership with other universities. I'm a lecturer by profession as well.
Umesikia? Patachimbika leo. Alafu isura tumezoea. Marie, what do you have to say today?
Hello.
Wow.
Soft-spoken people.
Soft-spoken. Those are big minds anyway.
Yeah. What did you just say? People that sound like me are not so. Don't have beauty brains.
No. You.
So I'm more like Jana.
See, beauty is brain. I presume. Anyway, today I want us to talk about black tax. You know, this is something that I feel like we should be talking about, and everybody, maybe somebody somewhere might want to listen to this. Anita, according to you, how do you understand black tax? Or what is it to you?
It's deep.
It's deep.
I wish daktari ndangetupatia uhondo kwanza.
Anyway, daktari, the ball is in your court.
Yeah.
Okay, well, when we talk about black tax, generally we are talking of something that began in between 1948 to 1994 during the apartheid regime. During the apartheid regime, we understand that the whites were discriminated. The black were discriminated against the white.
Sure.
And the black had their school, and the whites had their school, and the black were less privileged and opportune, and so they could not make it to professional levels. And so them that had gone to professional levels, we are supposed to have gotten salary, maybe from the regime people. And therefore there's an introduction, or there's something that was created by the government, and that was by the blacks. And it was called now the black tax. That what it meant was them that are professional and are earning were now to support their relatives. That is the family, their siblings, and even be able to support the extended family. Even the less fortunate in the society.
Nice one.
That was its beginning.
That's the beginning.
And it spread throughout the Africa and has been practiced even in Kenya so much. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Niliwaambia patachimbika leo. Anita, now, what do you think of that?
I'm tired. And you wanted to
just give us the pasties of that.
Ningebant.
Now, what's your take on that? What do you think about black tax?
Black tax.
Yeah, according to you, what is it?
As of now, I think it's just the way we live generally. Most of whatever black people are living, and like you find yourself that you have to support your people, even when you're not like good enough.
Marie.
What do you have to say? I can't match what he said.
Anyway, okay, now
but basically for me, how I understand it is the over dependency of people on one person, especially family, because they feel like they're entitled to you supporting them.
Ah.
Yeah.
Now that at least everybody understands what it is, have you ever felt the burden of a black tax? You as a person.
Mi ni mtoto hata mimi sijamea. I'm still children. I'm not even salaried. What do you mean?
Daktari, have you ever felt
I think generally this has become a norm, and it was orchestrated by our parents and them that came before our parents, and that all firstborns in every family, all firstborns have felt this in one way or the other, even when they don't have. Other borns don't feel it much, like the firstborn feel it. Firstborns are known to be deputy parents to their parents at home, where they even, do you know that firstborns, I will tell you this for free, Mr. Wycliffe, that firstborns behave like they gave birth to the parents. And the reason
What they're in charge.
the reason they behave this is because in most of times these parents were not there in their lives.
Yeah, sure.
Like a child is born, the parents go to job, he's left with the maid, or sometimes he's just left alone. He's brought up by the society.
Yes.
And then when this person grows up, now he's made to start understanding that he's a deputy parent by being given his siblings. I remember sometimes back when I was young, and I was like, I could miss school to take care of my siblings.
You're the first?
Yes, really. I'm a firstborn of our family.
Okay.
And I'll tell you that one has continued to date. That sometimes we have to leave our own made responsibilities to take our parents' responsibilities. So it's very hard getting a firstborn who has never felt this, and especially in Africa and in Kenya.
So you mean you felt it when you were in primary?
I felt this right from the time I was born. I think so.
Because,
I just think I felt it.
if I may ask, did anyone ask you to do that, or you felt compelled?
As I said, and it must remain this. It's a nature. It is a forensic nature. That is sometimes you're castigated for not supporting. And so you feel like it was your responsibility, when in real sense it was not your responsibility. And I want us to come down to this. I was looking at it in the religion way, and I'm a student of religion, and I went throughout the religious books, and I did not get one that was supporting that that parents should be supported by children. When you have to look at it directly by facts, you're going to get it in the book of 1 Timothy. And the book says that the children should practice this. They should practice their religion by supporting the old widow. That means you are to be a widow first to be supported. And not supported in terms of monetary. You are to be supported in terms of nursing. That is, you are to be nursed.
Thank you, Doctor. Just hold it at that point. Anita, have you ever felt the burden of black tax?
Most probably, but I wouldn't say that I wasn't forced to do it. Naturally, I found myself doing it. And I just want to agree to disagree with this guy. Because he said it's only firstborn that feel that. But unajua kuna kwa familia zingine, the firstborns are not really well off. So this comes back to the rest of the people. One of those people that's now able to support the rest. So I have felt that, but it's not like I was forced to do that. Just that.
So it came naturally.
Najipata tu nasikia kusaidia. I don't want them to experience what I experienced.
Do you like it?
I used to enjoy it, but then when funds reduced, I was like, damn, it wasn't necessary. But then I have felt it. And I think just tunafaa tu the fact that, because when I did it, I felt like people thought I have to do it. Na si lazima usaidie. Si lazima usaidie. Inafaa kuwa I'm doing it because I want to. If you are my younger sibling or something, don't feel like I have to do it for you. It's just a privilege that I have, that I am doing it. So nisipofanya, please don't take offense. Watoto wadogo msikuwe mkidhani ni lazima watu wenu wakubwa wasi.
Alright, I'll come to that question. I know where you're headed to. Anyway, Daktari, back to you. Do you think black tax is holding the black people, or it's helping them to progress in their lives?
Well, way back in 1994, running up to, actually from 1954, running up to 1993.
Yeah, those years.
Those
44,
eras.
Yeah, yeah.
It really worked well. Because you see, with the little resources that people had, and then you will get that there's only one profession who comes out to support the rest. It was really working. And then I would articulate a Swahili word that says, damu ni nzito kuliko maji.
Yeah.
I think something happened. Somebody must have sneaked and diluted
Diluted.
them. Yes. Because it is not the same today.
Sure.
You know, I will tell you this, Mr. Cliff, that currently our siblings are our competitors.
Sure.
You support this child from childhood. They grow in your hands.
Yes.
They go to school because of you.
Yeah.
You sometimes unafungua mpaka mlango just to support them.
Yes.
But then when they grow, they start telling you how useless you are. You get that? They start telling you how useless you are. So it's something you really feel it, but you have nothing to do because you are meant to be.
Yeah.
You are the star of the family. So today as I talk, I will tell you for free, that thing is not working. It is not working no more. That black tax is really a scam. Because it is just a scam.
What do you mean by a scam?
Number one, you did not tell your parent to give birth to other siblings.
Yeah.
In fact, you did not write any application.
Is there anyone that told you have to take care of them? You just said it.
But in some
I want to tell you this. I want to tell you this. Perhaps our families differ.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this: in our family,
Yes.
you are mentored for it.
Yeah, sure.
How are you mentored for it? You start gaining something, and then you are reminded of your young ones. And then our mothers will even remind you how they suckled you. They will tell you how much you suckle their breast. And this is what they'll do. They'll tell you, they call you and say, hey, Mr. Weekly. And you're like, yes. Sijui kama uko na kitu hapo utatusaidia, and you're like sahi sina. And then they just start. Let me tell you, Wycliffe, hata sister yako amefukuzwa hapa nyumbani.
Yes.
You see, and we have not been asking you, you know they're reporting to you already.
Yeah.
Hatujawapa pesa yote kutoka kwako.
Yeah.
We have not done that. But your sister is here.
Yeah.
You do what you can do so that you see how your sister will go. So you see, it's already done. It's already told to you. Then it is now coded. You see, and how will they code it in your mind successfully? And that's why I call it a scam. You'll be made by comparison. They compare you to your age mates and start telling you, Ata Kevin is really taking care of the sisters. Yes, and then you really feel like, I'm less fortunate. I should be, let me step up. So that is it.
Yeah, I like the idea. But now, Marie, back to you.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's holding people back or it's helping the black people, these black tax?
Oh, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
Yeah.
And with my generation. It's holding people back.
Oh, no, about your generation. This one, you know. Yes.
It's holding people back because first of all, you find yourself doing too much for people without taking care of yourself.
Sure.
You find that someone has a family, you can't take your kids to good schools, and so you can't progress in life because you have to pay first.
Yes.
You have to pay the people who raised you or the people who are giving birth.
So you're giving back to the society.
You're giving back to the society without necessarily progressing or creating work for your own self.
All.
Some people take it and take all. Take all. They don't care how you end.
Yes. So, Anita, back to you. What is your view about this black tax? To you, you said at some point it happened to you that you are now paying it directly. So how has it interfered with your daily life?
I think now I have learned to be a bit stingy, pull back, make sure that I'm not giving out a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, because when you're doing that, they will not appreciate it like that. They'll take it like a norm. Oh, it's normal. We have to get this. So the thing that you do, be a bit selfish. I know you can help, but don't overstretch. Because obviously you need to grow your family now. You need to start things. And you can't do that if you're always thinking of other people. So yeah, it's pulling people back. And what you can do about it is just be a bit selfish.
Oh, talking of why is it that all of you are concurring the fact that it's just pulling people back? Talking about these are our siblings. Let's take for example our siblings. We're trying to at least level them up, right? Don't you think that it's now encouraging the whole family to grow together?
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
You help them, but I'm not saying that you do it. Or don't overdo it. If you have to take them to school, then take them to a school that's not making you strain. Because who took you to that expensive school? Nobody did. So why is it that you want the rest of them to do an They can go to school, yes. Let it not be an over budget for you. You don't have to strain. Live your life also. They will live theirs and they will not remember what you did. Tafadhali, I'm just reminding you. They will not remember.
Daktari, you told me you started being responsible at an early age, right?
Sure.
How has it impacted your life?
It has impacted my life negatively.
How?
No.
This must be interesting.
This one.
No, it's just negatively.
Yeah.
And number one, everyone who is charged with these responsibilities, they mature before they mature. I don't know whether you get me right.
Yeah, they mature too early.
These people, they behave parents when they are still young. Because the responsibility is given to them, the law is in their hands, they have to behave parents. Personally, it does affect me negatively in this way. I do not, it has taken me time to know even how to date. I will tell you. Remember,
you're so busy parenting.
He's deputy father. He's a deputy father, right?
Yeah, I am. And I will tell you, me, I hear people partying. Today, in fact, I've started partying recently. Just the very recently.
You missed out on your
I did not do it. Because when I was to do it, I didn't even have proper clothes to go to those parties. Because I was taking care of the other ones. You get it right?
Yeah.
Now, I could not approach someone's girl. Someone's daughter because I don't look decent for one.
Yeah.
You see? So right now at my age, I'm struggling to chase. This is now I'm not chasing the left, right, and the center. And that is happening because I did not do it at the right age.
Yeah.
I don't know if I get it.
Yeah,
so that is a negative thing. It's not a thing to celebrate. Another thing, financially.
Yes, sir.
When I look at my age mates, I think I am only privileged to be working for the Asians. I think that's what has made me at least run faster. But I'm trying to compare that with other age mates that we have. The truth is, Mr. Wycliffe, you realize if you have, let's say, 20,000, you're earning 20,000. I've always told people this, that if you're living in a house that is more than 20% of your salary, be rest assured, you're going to live in poverty throughout your life.
You guys live.
And now,
you guys, it works for you.
it works.
20%.
It
But
works.
that's how it's
It will. The problem is, if you're not taught these things earlier, you will not realize. So by the time you come to realize, it's late. Now, if you look at the age mate to the people who were privileged, that their parents worked so well, so smart, saved, and did not have to burden them, and then look at them that were burdened with this black tax something, you will realize that these people who are burdened are really behind. They're lagging behind, even more than their siblings. They struggle even to see their sibling go abroad. But then, they don't come to support these same people. That's why I say it's a scam. Now, look at it. How has it even impacted me negatively in terms of finances? I remember there's a time I was to go to Korea. That is something that really pinched me. But then, at the same time when I'm to go to Korea, my sibling is needed to sit for a university exam, and so I have to pay that fee.
So you let your travel for forgo your travel for the sibling to sit for the
You got it right. That was a negative impact because to date I still regret it.
You missed the chance?
I missed it. I missed it out. And the same person that made me miss it out, today we don't even talk.
What?
You don't get it? So it has impacted me negatively. The third part that impacts negatively is what a colleague had said, is that your children are meant to go to a cheaper school. So that your siblings will also go to perhaps relatively cheap as well. But you see, should you have taken the same fee, because you will be doing injustice to your children if your children are not using 20% of your money on their fee. Be rest assured, you're going to be doing injustice to them. And you will realize it is injustice by the time they graduate out of school. You realize they were born very bright, but because they went to a school that was of a low or the commoner school, they will not perform excellently. And we must agree that schools are not the same. There are those schools that perform high, there are those that perform low. For example, this thing that came called CBC thing. where there are children who will get materials in school, and there are those people who come from a school I won't mention, but we know. They collect bottles from the street.
Let them be
XYZ. So I'm made to take my children
yes.
to a school that collects bottle from the street, just because I used money on my siblings. So generally it has impacted me negatively. Third, if you look at my face, you learn. It's like I have killed a lot. The thing is, my face is ever stony. In fact, I do not know what feelings are. I do not like. I have a stony face all the times.
I've never seen you laugh.
No, I don't laugh. I really laugh. I really laugh. That's the truth.
Okay. My viewer.
And the reason I really laugh, for those who know me, in fact, most people know me as a very serious man. Unless you're very close to me, you'll see me laughing. The rest know I'm a very serious man. My face is made to be stony because I think a lot. I am made to think like I'm age 60 because the person giving me responsibility is of age 60. So I'm to think deep to make things fun. Yeah. So negatively.
Your face doesn't match your age.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I concur with him. Actually, when he started, dear viewer, when he started, he said that responsibilities made us mature earlier.
Sure.
So we are still tackling this elephant in the room, that is the black tax.
Yeah.
Also give us your view, your comments actually, so that at least we gauge what we are saying. That do you really experience it, or is it really happening outside there? Because some of us may think that what is this black tax that you're talking about? There's something that Daktari said that maybe I will just directly kick the ball to Mary. Have you said that you're still young, and then
fortunately I haven't experienced.
You've not experienced it.
Yeah.
But let's assume that you're experiencing it at the moment, and then a parent or your sibling calls you and say, "Mary, please assist me with 500. I lack pocket money, or maybe I will go hungry. I don't have anything to eat." And the person is maybe in campus, for example. Do you think that you may feel guilty for saying no?
Yeah, sure. I will. As that now, as much as I say I don't experience black tax,
Yes.
I still have my siblings and my parents in mind. Every time, anything I do, for example, the things I do specifically,
Yes.
I want to perform a certain way, I want to get a certain job, I am doing what I'm doing in my career, just because I want to make sure that I reach a certain point so that I can support my dad or give back to my dad or take him out. I don't know if that's also a form of black tax.
Yeah, it is.
But
it is.
every time I think about my siblings, every time I hear my sibling is in a fix, I look for ways of saving them because I feel obligated to. Naturally, I don't know why. It's just there.
So at the bottom line is that
I'll feel guilty if I don't give.
So definitely you also subjected to this black tax.
In some way, yeah. In some twisted way.
In some twisted. So you still don't believe that
it's not yet so intense because she doesn't have a lot to offer.
She's still children. Anita.
Huh?
You know that you are experienced, yeah? Probably I could say your experience as per your earlier words, yeah?
Most probably, yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever felt guilty when you say no to such a
Kinda. But then, as I said, I have learned from my mistakes. Kitambo, I used to think if my brother or sister is having a lot more than I do, I was not understanding why they don't want to give. But then it came to a point where I was like, now I get it. You cannot always be thinking of people. So sometimes you'd ask for it. I know I can help, but I'll say no, so that I learn the art of saying no. I'll feel guilty, yes, but then I want to not feel guilty anymore.
Why are you twisting this thing?
I'm not twisting it. I'm telling you, I don't want to live that way. I want to understand why people have to say no. I want to understand, yes, you have a lot. Yes, you have a lot to sacrifice. But then, is that sacrifice coming from you, or just because I am your sister, or Anita is my sister, she's going through something, I have to help her. It's not supposed to be like that.
How is it supposed to be?
It's supposed to be, my sister is suffering, she has not worked hard enough, good. But
Yes.
I have worked myself out. I have good money. I need to naenda Dubai, najibamba. I know you are having problem paying rent. Enda huko bwana.
Oh, so you'd prefer your sibling going back to the village?
Yeah. Why are you staying in Nairobi if you can't
Afford
if you can't afford yourself a house in Nairobi? Is it really necessary?
Not really.
It's not. Yeah, what is that important thing you're doing in Nairobi? You're not working. What are you doing? Why are you living in a 30,000 house? So that I pay for you. Do you know how hard I work to get my 30,000? So I support your lifestyle? Bro, go work hard.
Oh, so back to you, Anita. It's not over until it's over.
I have a question.
Please do before I do.
I want to ask you something.
Yes.
What if this person in the village is not productive?
Yeah.
There is something in them that can flourish in a city.
Yeah.
They don't live lavishly, they don't live expensively, they just want support. Will you forgo a trip or something or luxury for them to at least grow in whatever they're doing?
Yes.
Progress.
In this sense, but then there's a way I want to support you. I don't want you to feel comfortable. I want you to know I'd rather maybe take you to a school, get a course, support yourself. I'm going to have a timeline. I'm not going to do this for long. So I'm doing this so that you can also step up, support yourself. I'll give you a timeline. And when take advantage of it, ama ukose ku maximize this opportunity, I'm sorry, I won't do it anymore.
Okay, let's assume that I'm educated. I don't have job. And then maybe I just need some small support to maybe start off a business.
Exactly, I'll do that. I'll give you a way to start that business. But then after I have already invested in that business, it's you to grow it. Don't expect me to be the one who's trying to grow it. It's not my responsibility anymore. I put in my effort.
Yes.
Grow yourself now.
Thank you. Daktari. How do you feel when you say no?
I feel good.
No, that's a guy. Are you sure?
I just feel good.
Maybe he has got his own reason.
I will start it from the medicity coming. I think people learn from experience.
Sure.
There's nobody. Do you know how much it is hard to bring pastor back to life if they fall down?
Pastor?
Yes.
Mobili?
Very hard.
Oh,
because every Bible you're going to tell them to bring them back to life, they will
I'm just curious.
Yes.
You guys have seen a fallen pastor?
I was wondering.
I'm a backslide. I'm not.
Oh, no, I've seen many.
Our viewers will
tell you. that they are there.
I don't
and this pastor who have fallen, who have backslid, I'm one of them. And
now I get it. Whatever.
I just told you I'm a religion. I started religion, but I basically I'm a Christian. I was ordained to preach, but I will tell you, having learned that the entire thing is a scam, and I just let because look at it this way.
Yes.
I was telling you it's hard because these people have already learned the experience.
Yes.
So however much you're trying to bring them to the way, they'll still prove to you right that there's no heaven. They still prove to you right that there's no God. They still prove to you right that you're doing nothing. And at the end of it, you'll also feel indeed you're doing nothing. Because they make you feel it really. Now the same way, I felt guilty sometimes back. I really felt guilty most of the time, but I came to realize that chovya buyu anasali can finish. I'm not good at Kiswahili. But one thing I know is that they say chovya umaliza buyu asali. Okay. And there's this Ethiopian proverb that says that if you used to give a dog bone, they'll still ask for more. Okay? Yeah. It is a character of money. It's insatiable. The same way it is when it comes to normal human. You take them to school, you're saying, watch Amalizan in primary and then I'll be resting. Once they're done with primary, they'll be asking for secondary. Once they're done with secondary, they'll be asking for university. They're done with university, they want you to buy them job. You buy them job, they want to give them money to rank to the next level. Come on, this is nonsense. The thing is, I used to feel it when my father was asking. I've never tasted what a mother is. I was born and I didn't see my mother, and I've never seen her, I don't know. But I was brought up by father. And so, when my father asked for something from me, sometimes back, I used to feel guilt. Like, why did I deny him when I knew I have it? But today, I am a different person. Today, I tell you, by the way, my father manages my businesses. I think you've seen it. I do tell him, in fact, if you see our chats, sometimes I even reprimand him when I think something is wrong. I tell him this is not the direction. Because we become brothers. Better tell him the truth. That this is not the direction that is to be. It should be the other way around. So I no longer feel guilt. Because I tried it physically, that by giving them money, lavishing money, when it's over, they'll still blame you.
They'll want more.
Do you know that when you go home for losing your job, they blame you for losing job?
Yeah.
Why? Because it is their source of income. Yes. It is their source of income. Okay? So, and the much they can do is to sell you maybe a chicken or maybe sell something so that you can go back to the city. Suffer there, get a job there.
Then so you can get a job and support us.
So what did I do? And this is very practical. My daughter is here, she can tell you. Yes. This is what I did. I shut all the money flowing outside. I shut all money flowing outside. And I started now investing. Do you know, I've started investing when I'm this old. In fact, this old. And I wish one day when you have this topic, you'll call me. I always tell people that if you're in 20s, at your age 20s, ensure you're working under somebody. Ensure you're working under somebody. So that you can feel the weight, feel the pressure, feel everything. At the age of 30s, you're in the age of guessing life. You try this, it fails. You try this, it fails. You try this business, it's closed. You try this, it's not working. At the age of 40s, only do what you're sure about, what you're certain about. And they say now life begins at 40. So life has begun with what you're sure about. At the age of 50s, now it is expected of you that you are now a stable person. You are stable. And of course you retire, now you become a stable. Now at the age of 60s, regret what you did at 20s. Because it's only in 20s where people can do mistakes. At the age of 70s, ensure all your grandchildren and your children are now stable.
Thank you.
You see?
Refer to our episode,
yes.
Life at 20s. Yes. And now give your
coming
feedback.
Up next.
That one, we'll talk more about it. But I think in one of our episodes, we talked about life at 20s.
But we can actually revisit because
So
there is a lot we can agree to disagree.
Yes.
We'll bake that. Just hold your that Dr. Just talking about black tax. You know, this thing is an elephant that we must deal with head on. Do you think black tax is an act of love, obligation, or pressure, Marie?
It has it has a lot of dimensions. I think.
Yeah, I think all of the things you said make sense. Because me, the person I've seen experiencing black tax is my father. My father has experienced how do I put it? The extreme form of black tax. Someone can experience. And to him, sometimes I feel like it's love because he's always worried about how will my siblings survive, how is my mother, how is my father, how is my brothers. Like, he's always worried about how they are. For obligation, I think he ran fast than the others, so he reached somewhere they couldn't reach. And is always like the person who is always solving the problems because he became the parent. So he's obligated to make sure that everyone goes to school, everyone does this, and is okay with that. And then there is the pressure. If I don't do this, our family will languish in poverty. If I don't support them,
his pressure is a good one then.
If I don't
What will
support
people
them,
say?
they will keep on depending on me.
Yeah.
They will keep on depending on me.
Yes.
So you like, it's like una sort kila mtu ndio waanze kujitegemea.
Oh, I like your view on that. Now to you. What do you think about it? Is it an act of love? Is it an obligation or pressure? Because you've experienced it.
Yeah, sometimes comes out of love, sometimes it's pressure. Watu wataniona aje? Wataona niko nayo na sisaidii. Yeah, but then on obligation, I don't feel obligated to. Yes. I want to do it, that's love mostly. Pressure pia, but then nowadays tunaweza vaa miwani, hiyo pressure unaweza jiekea.
Do you agree with her, Daktari?
I don't. What there is, Mr. Wycliffe.
Yes.
Do you know that I can challenge you that 90% of people don't know why they're going to church?
Not us. You're from church.
Okay.
All of
The
us.
truth, I'm telling you,
So you should
90%
don't know why you support.
I am saying this. 90% of people don't know why they go to church. But they go to church because they found their parents going to church. Now it's a system that was inserted in them that they are not to question about church, they are not to question about pastors, they are not to question about nothing. And fear was placed in them that there is curse. The same way, when it comes to this black tax something, is a stereotypic mind that has been set in human, that you grow and you find people supporting. You don't know why you're doing it, but you find yourself doing it. By having done it for some times, it is now in you. You start opening a wide eyes where you are obligated now. You start saying, if I don't do it, who will do it? Let me just do it. You're obligated. Okay? But then having done it for a time, it becomes your hobby. Now you start loving doing it. So you do it out of love. Okay? But pressure is inside. Should I stop doing? How will they say? But in a real sense, it is generally in one house called a stereotypic mind of a society.
I like the view. But now, come on, let's think of it in this way. I'm blessed in our society. Let us now step out of the community or of the family. Now we talk about the community. I happen to be working, for example, in a government office that maybe can support the poor, the needy in the society, the less vulnerable. And then, if I extend my hand to these people, to the less fortunate, do you think it's still a form of black tax or it's a good way? Mary?
For me, personally, pray. Help me pray to God. And pay wealth. Because I've always dreamt of supporting people. I've always dreamt of pursuing the humanitarian efforts. So I don't think like it will be like how do I put it? I think it's okay for me to help if I can.
So it's not a form of black tax to you?
It's not a form of black tax to me.
Oh, so it's a service, humanity service, yeah?
Yeah, for me, if it comes from within, if it comes because I want to do it, without expecting anything or without feeling like I'm pressured or obligated to do, it's okay for me. I can do that gladly and I don't consider it as black tax. It's just you helping humanity.
Extending your hand.
But then if you're put in that position, you're when a MP, wherever, you're supposed to help people. It's a natural thing. In the black tax, in the black tax too, Joe, what if I just want to be there and help myself? But now because the society is looking up to me, I have to do it. But it's a form of black tax.
Okay, now that you
for such settings,
it's okay.
For such setting, I feel like by the time you're getting yourself into that position, you know I'm getting into this position and this and this and this and this are my responsibilities. So I don't feel it's fair for you to claim that you're experiencing black tax because people actually ask you.
Have you seen how politicians are forced to do things? They have to do it. Anita, they don't want to do it. They have to do it.
Yeah, Anita, I like the fact that you're bringing it in the political way. Talking of an MP extending the hands to this community, don't you think it's a form of obligation?
You are obligated to, but then people expect too much. That's why we are saying it's black tax, because they see you get a new car today and they be like, oh, he got there, he's not even thinking of other people. We are the ones who put him there to help us, but now he's only helping himself. It's black tax. You guys, ni kama mnamlazimisha.
Actually, what do you think?
Well, Mr. Wycliffe, if you are a teacher and you teach, you cannot say that you're overtaxed. You cannot say you're given much burden.
Yeah.
So if an MP is in the office
Mm.
to give CDF money,
Yeah.
and he gives CDF money, it's not overburden. He cannot claim that's a black tax.
That is his
He's only doing
obligation.
his duty.
Mm.
It's an obligation that is set there to do.
Mm.
But now, as you brought it in that setup,
Yes.
that is a charity work.
Mm.
Just not a black tax.
Yeah.
It is charity work.
Mm.
Yeah.
We cannot say that Mother Teresa,
Mm.
who was doing a charity work, was experiencing
Was
black
Black
tax.
tax, yeah.
Not really. People have different vision. People have different mind. People have different obstetrics.
Yeah.
Now, this person sits and saying, I have some extra money.
Yeah.
What do I do with it? The way we dangle with money and say, one, Peter, one, two,
Shere.
let me put in Shere. You cannot say that going to Shere. You can't say that going to Shere, you are a black tax.
Mm.
No. The other time I was in Tanzania,
Mm.
I went for a party, a birthday party at Tanzania.
Mm.
And I used a lot of money.
Yeah.
I was not black tax. I enjoyed it. The same way, I would also use the same cash and give it on charity work.
Yes.
So you're not obligated.
Mm.
You are doing it out of what is inside
Yeah,
the
But then-
yes. Nobody's
My point of view is
Yes.
you have the money,
Mm.
but then you cannot do things for yourself because people will think it's their money that you're using. Yes, you're doing your duty, but see duty iko na mali nafaa kwa imefika.
Surely.
Yeah, this extra things you're expecting me to do si lazima. So that's where nasema inafika point it's black tax cause now at this point I'm doing things that off my duty lanes.
Mm.
Well, I intend to agree with you, but I disagree with you in this.
How do you
How do you agree?
I agree with you.
Agree with
I
how
agree
fast?
with you
Yes.
because I was brought up sometimes when I was young. I was brought up in Ushago, where you wake up and go and see MP's home. People are meja huko.
Story of my life. Remember my life.
Yeah, they wake up, take tea there, take some lunch, and then you go home. in the
Hand
evening.
out
Because you are an MP.
Yeah.
Okay?
I've
So
seen-
sometimes you realize you cannot do a certain things because you are an MP and people want from you. And they will even fear that should anything happen, they'll question my money. But this way I disagree. Why should you even go that extra in the first place?
Because everyone wants to.
Just
Not
do
saying,
it.
why should you go extra? I think you need to know what your society is in the first place. Learn your society. Then, out of the money that you are to use outside, if one is there, I'm not in that office, but I understand policy and constitution. The two I understand so well. And I understand that there's money that has got a limit somewhere. Now, if you know that this is the money you have somewhere, why should you work with 1,000 money? Why should you work with thousands in terms of domains? And then go giving people 1,000 each?
50.
Why don't you give 50, 50, 100, as long as at the end of it, a day is set for 20,000, you use that 20,000. Do you know that if you give someone 20,000, and if you give someone 1,000, and you give someone 50,000, and even give them 50 bob, they still appreciate,
Yeah.
because it was not their money. So why should you give much money that will overstretch you? Just give within your limits.
So-
And again, that's why you have MPs.
Yes.
Unless I don't know how your MPs is, but I think approximately 60% of MPs have two homes. One is where they are known.
Nairobi.
One is where they are known.
Yeah.
Another one is Karen where they are not known. So when they go to that area, they are not MPs. They're just commoners.
Yeah.
So
But when they come to this area, they are VP, they are the MPs. So why don't you use that money that is needed here and then disappear? So to me, I don't think that's a black tax. I don't think it's a black tax.
Yeah. All right. It means that you are trying to set the boundaries.
Any man who cannot set a boundary is a dog.
Wow.
How do you set,
Yakababa.
Anita? We're talking about boundaries now here. How do you set a boundaries within your family without causing conflict?
Within the family.
Yeah, without causing any conflict.
Conflicts will be there.
So, have you ever tried setting boundaries and you, at the same time, you are trying to minimalize or decrease or actually eradicate it completely, conflict?
You're asking the wrong person.
Oh,
Because
you're the wrong
personally,
person.
I've never experienced it.
You've not experienced.
I've not experienced it yet.
But have you tried setting boundaries at least with the family?
I just don't know to say I don't have. It's something I'm learning. So far so good. I haven't experienced the like pressure I'm compelled to like give and give. But sometimes I can say no. I can just say I don't have. Though it's kind of hard for me, honestly, to be honest.
Anita, how do you do that? How do you set boundaries with your family without causing conflict?
It's a hard thing to do,
Yes.
but then you just learn your people.
You said you'd be stingy.
No. I'm not stingy. You just learn that if I say it to them this way, they'll get offended. But if I told them I'll do it in the next 1 year, they won't. They learn. But then they'll have given me some time to like work on it. And that in the next 1 year, Mr. Bona scale with you. So say I've just told you I won't do it because it's not the time yet.
Yeah.
You just learn your people. There's a way you'll tell them, imagine I don't have today.
Yeah.
Make them understand the situation. You don't have to be harsh about it.
Yes. Alright, Dr. How do you do that?
Well, as I said, I was hardened. Me, I was hardened because I remember that I've been arrested.
Wait, what?
I've been arrested 19 times. I've been caught 13 times. And it is funny that one day I happened to have been arrested in Uganda at the border with a very serious offense. And when I called my father, he said, "Oh, my father is an army officer." And he said, "Oh, your grandfather was arrested there." He got out. I was arrested there and so you'll also get out. So what am I saying?
You'll be fine.
Having learned that my life is mine alone and that nobody cares when you're in trouble. Now what did I do? I set my boundaries. In fact, my people know my boundaries. My family knows my boundaries. That includes even my own wife. They know that when I say I don't like, I don't like. When I say I'll do, I'll do. When I say I will not do, I will not do. But how did that start? It started with conflicts. So you must first do it. They will blame you. They will really castigate you. But at the end of it, they shall have learned your stand. They shall learn that huyo ukisema utakosana naye. Huyo ukimwambia hii, like they know in my house, ukiniambia kitu unataka leo utaipata leo. Tell me about it today that you want it next week. I'll help you. Okay? And I must not give you the liquid money. I can give you ideas. Okay? Yes. Tell me something you need maybe in the next 2 months. Tell me now. I'll get it. But you cannot tell me now that you need 2,000 for me. And then I give it tomorrow. Even if utakuwa unaiona ikiwa bunch hapo, sitakufuatilia.
Utakuja next week.
Yes.
So there's no way of avoiding this conflict thing. They have to get angry.
Yes. So there's no way. They will get angry. But one good thing is that every peace begins with a war.
Sure.
You get it? So let them be offended. Let them learn your stand. Let them know that this, if he says this, mwacheni tu. You see? Like in a meeting, I will give you another one. In our meeting, they know that when everyone is talking and I put my head at this, they don't have no problem. But when I raise my head, they know it's enough. In fact, they stop talking and say, let us hear the view of our brother here. The reason is because they know I've set my boundaries. That we don't talk about this, we don't talk about this. You get it right?
Yeah.
So setting boundaries starts with the conflicts. Then peace will come.
Alright.
Before you continue, I just think I've picked something from him. Do you think like the more you do that, people are conditioned to know, like they're naturally conditioned to wanajua for him to do this, or if I tell him this, he can't do this, but this he can.
Good. And it starts from very simple things. It starts from someone wore your slippers. Tell them there and then. Akatoka na nje, mwambie chukua oshe. No, just wash my slippers. So next time you're giving condition. Next time ukutumia yangu upite nayo mlango. Be rest assured it is only that once when you'll only be fighting. Next time they know. You won't. They will not do it. So just take a stand. And it's one thing that people, let me tell you, Mr. Wycliffe, that many people have suffered burden. Many people are suffering in pain. Many people are living in stress because they are not able to say no.
Yes.
So they have to say yes in everything.
Very true.
Yes. No. Just say no. You realize mtu amekaliwa mpaka na sister yake mkubwa.
Kwani kukaliwa chapo ni real?
It's real. Unakaliwa like umeenda kwa party, your sister conditions you or your brother conditions you. You don't sit in a particular dark. You have to sit in a particular way. You're not to talk to these people. Set them boundaries. In fact, when she comes to shout better.
Yeah.
I make them understand
Yes.
that this is your boundary. You are not to
Do
come
not
here.
cross my path.
My children knock even the toilet.
Mm.
My children, they knock everywhere, literally everywhere. They understand. In fact, even the kitchen, she will tell you. This is my daughter. She will tell you. You knock everywhere. Why? Because I do assume. Mtu anaweza tembea and then I realize alivaa nguo kwa mbwa anataka kuchange. Okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes you
That's
walk,
very practical.
yes. Sometimes you walk and realize zip yako imeharibika, inabidi uteremshe longi, wacha utengeneza zip. And then there boom, someone comes. So in my house, if you come to my house and you don't knock, I don't care your
Go
title.
back.
I don't care your title, you'll go back.
That's what I'm with you.
I don't want to tell you go back, knock that
You've never
door.
told me that
That's not a
before.
toilet, knock it.
You know.
Then you knock.
I like the fact.
So that means you must start with the conflict.
Okay.
Okay?
Let us rest it
Then
at that
come
point.
here.
I like how you people are adding. I think you've got pregnant points, yeah. But now we are still talking about these black ducks. Do you think that it's something that we should come to an end, or we should rethink about it?
We should stop it.
Mm.
We should stop behaving that way. We should stop believing that's a no. We should just start living life like
It's normal.
It's just now.
Yeah.
Or like tusianze kufanya vitu juu watu wa kitambo walifanya. Can we just live a life that's fulfilling to us? Can we just enjoy life? If we want to give, let it be the extra. If we don't want to help, it's okay. Please consider me your family member anyway.
Yes.
I'm a member of this society. I also want to live nicely. I also want to save up. I don't want to live in poverty all my life. It's okay. I earn 1 million shillings today, right? But then, do you know how hard it is to get there?
Yeah.
So just let me feel like I want to help you with 30K and feel like I have given you so much. Yeah.
Oh, so
we should
you
stop.
So you are
It
saying
should stop. We should just adapt a new way of living.
So you're saying that we should not look at it as a normal, we should rethink about
Yeah.
it.
It shouldn't be a norm. That thing is breaking everyone. You die unfulfilled.
Alright.
Okay.
Doctor, what about you?
In my thinking,
Yeah.
it should be practiced with caution.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, we can also not lie that you can see your brother perishing and you watch.
Yeah.
You can't. But what I'm saying, why do I say let it be practiced with caution? It must have boundaries, it must have limits. Treat your siblings, treat your brothers, treat your parents just like your neighbor. Just treat them like your friends. Okay? If you make them your friends, then you will have respect between yourself. You realize you're not obligated to give. You will give out of love. Okay? But it should not be made as our role. It should not be made by our parents, especially our society, to be our part and parcel of our responsibilities. No, it should be out of goodwill and a good heart that these are friends. Yeah.
Thank you. Mary?
I concur with that, Tari. And also, I kind of feel like no one owes you anything. So when someone wants to help you, it's because they really want to, not because they're supposed to. So I kind of feel like I don't know where it gets to being black tax. Is there something in between before black tax?
Can we call it something else?
Can we call it something else? Because I've seen people who have thrived through being helped by their elder sisters or brothers, or elder siblings, uncles, aunties, and they're doing quite well. And I can only imagine what could have happened to them if they didn't get the help they needed at that point in life. Yeah. So I kind of feel like for some people it worked out well, but I've also seen people losing themselves trying to help others, and in the long run they die poor or with nothing. So unasikianga tu story, you know, my dad used to do this and this and this, and then you as the children are very poor, are languishing in poverty, and the people they helped are out there thriving.
Okay.
Which is not a good thing.
Okay. Now, what would be your advice to somebody outside here who is struggling with black tax?
Oh, choose yourself first.
Choose yourself first.
Because these people, some people take it all. They don't care how you end.
Yeah.
They don't feel like you're sacrificing anything. They don't appreciate what you're doing. So put yourself first. Make sure that whatever you spend on others is something you can afford to spend on them. You're not pushing yourself. You're not getting into loans trying to help your siblings or something.
Alright, Daktari.
Yeah.
How do you advise this guy, this lady, this mama here who is struggling with this black tax? How do you advise?
Build yourself. It's that simple. Build yourself. They will join you later. It's that simple. Just build yourself. They'll join yourself. They join you along the way. 2, I want you to know. Kama ulielimisha na pesa ya Harambee, you like it to know to black tax will come.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If the community brought you up, you will take it back to the community.
Which
So what
is
am I
fair.
saying? The parents should now step in and step up.
They should
What-
own you.
Yes, they should own you fully so that the society don't own you anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyone who was owned by society is in prison. They can never say no.
Yeah.
They can never say no. So it's about parents taking responsibilities fully. Let your parents owe someone, but you must remain free.
Okay.
So I'm only advising the millennial generation and the Gen Z generation
You don't experience
that you don't pay attention because if anything today the children we have today are not responsible. They're not.
Do you agree with that?
Harsh.
No,
Do you
listen.
agree?
So harsh.
No, it may
They
sound
are
harsh.
responsible.
It
We're
may-
just some of them
It's-
are.
It's okay. Maybe he has got his reason.
Listen, Mr. Wycliffe,
Yes.
I am challenging you. I perceive you also a Gen Z.
I'm not.
I am a millennial,
I'm
but I
not.
will tell you this. I'm challenging you. Go get a Gen Z. Tell any Gen Z that I want to marry you. That's the end of your relationship.
What do you mean?
So wanaogopa.
The thing is, these people fear responsibility.
Yeah.
But marriage isn't
That's-
responsibility.
Marriage is a responsibility.
It
It
is.
is a commitment that you cannot run away. And we cannot talk about someone. We cannot talk about Canada for someone who has not been in Canada.
Hold it. You want love. Do you commit? Iko uko.
But-
Iko uko. So you see, guys.
You get it?
So all these
We
things that we are
cannot
talking-
talk about Canada for someone who has not been in Canada. Wacha tuongee na mwenye ametoka Canada. So another time, huyu anasoma marriage kwa kitabu. Na anaiona but I'm in marriage.
Yeah.
So I know marriage is
So
a
you know what it is,
responsibility.
yeah.
Marriage is a commitment. You sleep, you think about it. You wake up, you think about it. You walk, you think about it all the times. You get it right?
Yeah.
These people are ready to raise their children alone. They don't want that commitment. You get it?
Yeah.
So when it comes to responsibility, but what I'm saying is the black task must just get over. But be practiced with caution. Okay? With caution. And whoever is struggling with this, I'm sorry. If you're educated na pesa ya CDF, na pesa ya community, give back to the community. Just keep helping people. Yes, that's simple.
All right, Anita. Your take on that?
I'd advise them to, if you are helping, make sure that you're helping to get off that help. Like, web's idea, idea. Don't just do it to make them comfortable. So yeah, you can help if you are in a position to, but then let it be you are helping so that they help themselves, honestly. And it's okay, you might be going through a lot right now. We can't help, but with time, itaisha. Help the few that you know are going to appreciate. The few that you know are worth the help. Because sometimes you'll decide to help 1,000 strangers who will never look at you ever after they have gotten out of the ditch.
All right, our viewers, you struggling with black tax? Umesikia vile tumesema. Actually, I like the fact that we were talking and we have got the reference. Everything that we're talking about has been done in some of our previous shows. Like when the life at 20s, you can refer to it. It's in our channel. You want love, but do you commit? Iko. Actually, when we talk about love, ati unasumbuka na mapenzi, usijali itakuwa tu huku. Anyway, it has been a good moment. It has been a good show. I want to thank you for taking your time. We're looking forward to more engagements. And dear viewer, kindly leave your thought, leave your comment. Follow us across all our social media platforms. Zote inside the Curious Minds. Tuko mpaka M-Pesa. Thank you. Bye bye.
Adios.